Hello, everyone. We are live. Hopefully you caught our last live over on Jillian's channel. And if you didn't, go and check it out. We were talking about advanced speaking lessons. And if you haven't seen the new advanced speaking lessons from Florentis Learning, then you'll want to check those out too. But you can learn all about teaching advanced speaking over on Jillian's channel. So I'm super excited today. We have Jillian joining us. And Jillian is here to talk about how we can fill our schedules and get new students, even if you have none. And Jillian is, she didn't put it on her name, but Jillian is responsible for the Teacher Boss Society. And I don't know, but the Teacher Boss Society is a super awesome resource for people who haven't checked it out. I will throw a link in the chat for everyone if they haven't. And welcome, Jillian.
Here we go. I can do it. I figured out how to do it. It's different when you're a guest. I've never been a guest on Restream before, so this is the first for me. Hi, guys. I'm super excited to be here. I've never been on Florentis Learning channel before, so this is a new one for me. I am not going to be doing a slideshow or kind of like a workshop. I just want to talk because I think that that's the most important thing. There's a ton of videos. I have a ton of videos out there that go through a lot of the different ways that you can grow a teacher business. And I've got courses and, excuse me, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I've got courses and I've got trainings that you can go through. But I think that the most important thing is really just starting and figuring out where you need to start and what you need to do. And that usually comes from conversation. So if you're watching this, pop in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, pop in the comments and I'll see the comments. And we will we'll have the discussion there too. Okay. So one of the first things that teachers do when they'll start teaching with a company, and that's totally fine. Okay. It's really good. I highly recommend teaching with a company because it is going to teach you a lot of the things that you can make mistakes with. That's not going to be under your name, I guess. I'm not saying to go out there and mess up somebody else's company, but when you go in there and you're figuring out the teaching strategies, if anyone who has been teaching for a long time can go back and think about their very first class, whether it was an in-person class or an online class, your first class was not the best class you've ever taught, right? Because we learn and we grow. So there are strategies that you can use if you are teaching an online class. There are strategies that you can use if you're teaching an online group class. There's strategies that you can use if you're teaching a class in somebody else's company. The first thing that you need to do, no matter what you're doing though, is you need to figure out who you are and who the student is that you can help and the process that you're going to use to help them. And you're going to hear this a lot of times called niche or niche or ideal student or ideal client or student avatar. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is figuring out what journey you're going to be able to take your students on. So if you are going to be specializing in, say, pre-K English, what journey are you taking that pre-K student on? And I know Brenda's here.
Hi, Brenda's here, yes.
Hi, Brenda. So I see Brenda commenting here. So if anybody is watching this and you want to see let us know, who is your ideal student? Who are you catering your classes to? That doesn't mean that you're only going to teach them. It just means that you're going to put your effort towards that type of student. Other students will find you. So I always use the example of maybe you are a specialist. You are specializing in teaching business women in China. So single business women in China, they don't have kids and they want to progress their career so that they can feel comfortable in their finances to start their family. Okay. And a lot of your content that you're now marketing towards, your content is towards empowerment through education for women. Your content is talking about how to step up to the men. Your content is, or step up to the men. You know what I mean? Your content is talking
Work
like,
alongside.
oh, we're going to step up to the men. No, but your content is now talking about how that woman can improve her life as a woman in a male dominated field. That is very specific. And what's going to happen is you're going to start attracting those women to your content. Those women are going to be like, oh, wow, this is it. Like, I feel this. She's talking to me. Like, I have struggled. I've put in for that promotion 7 times. And every time, you know, Lee Wong got it. Like the dude got it. And every single time a guy is cutting me off, and they're going to feel what you're talking about. They're going to start coming to you. They're going to start sharing your stuff with their friends. You ever have like a reel that you see on Facebook? What do you do when you think about a friend? You send it to that friend, right? So this is where organic marketing comes into play. But then you're going to have the guy that comes into play, and he's going to be like, wow, this girl can really, really help me improve my English, and she can help me advance my career. And he's going to reach out to you and say, hey, I know that your classes are mostly for women, but do you have anything for men too? So when we're talking about figuring out who your ideal student is, we're talking about like niching down um, and really narrowing it down. We're not saying that you're going to say, no, sorry, I only teach women. Take that student. If he's willing to pay your rates and you're willing to teach them, there's nothing that you can, that you can say that there's nothing to, it's your business. You do what you want to do. Same thing. The mother comes along and she sees this and she's like, wow, I really wish I had this kind of information and this kind of help when I was building my career. And she's following you and she's watching you. And then she comes to you and she's like, listen, my daughter's only 17 years old. I know she's not the kind of person that you usually teach, but I feel like she could get ahead of the game here if she had someone like you helping her. Would you teach my daughter? Take this. So now you're now teaching the business women who are looking to get ahead, the men who may or may not already be ahead, and children, because what you're saying is reaching out to people, and that's why it's really important to have a niche. So that's the first step that you want to take. The second step you want to take is now you've figured out where that niche is. Where are you going to market your classes? And when we talk about marketing, it becomes like this like hairy scary word, right? Like marketing is like, I call it like the extended 4-letter word. It's like a swear word. People don't like it. It makes them cringe. Oh, I don't want to market. I don't know how to market. Think of marketing as just talking to your ideal audience, right? I mean, like, yeah, sometimes you're going to put out a promo and sometimes you're going to be, making a sales video or sales ad, but the majority of the time you're just talking to your ideal audience and you're talking to them about the things that matter to them. So now the first thing you've done is you've niched down. You know that your ideal audience is that businesswoman in China. So now that you know that, you know where your content is going to be, right? Meaghan, where's your content going to be?
Gonna have to be on Xiaohongshu in China.
Yes, yeah. So now you're going to be going on Xiaohongshu, and apparently we're now calling it Red Note or little, Red Note, but it's always been Xiaohongshu or Little Red Book for us. You can find that in the App Store, and it's really easy to get students on there. You're going to have a WeChat account. Okay, so you know this. Now, had this target market been for women engineers in Brazil, that isn't going to help you. So, then you'd want to be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Oh, he's cute. He's cute.
We have a visitor.
Is that like a Siamese cat?
Oh yes, she's Siamese. Yeah. Her
Aww.
name is, so you can tell my science background. Her name is Decibel, and she likes to talk. So
That's cute.
yeah. So
That's adorable.
she
I
has
love
She
animals.
sleeps beside the computer usually, but at the moment she just figures that we're on video, so she should show off. Right?
Cute. Why? I don't know why cats always have to do that. Well, I mean, I'm not one to talk. Right here in my lap, I've got this little guy. So, he's like, "What are you doing, Mom?" So yeah. But anyways, you are going to want to figure out where you're going to be marketing your stuff. And now you know where you're going to be. You know who you're talking to. If you don't know this, put some research into it before you jump. Don't just jump in and be like, I'll just put my stuff everywhere and talk to everybody. Because now you're talking about things. You're talking about career goals before you start a family. And you're posting it on Facebook, and the people that are seeing it on Facebook are going to be like, okay, that's rude. Who are you to tell me that's culture in China? It's not culture in Brazil. It's not culture in America or in, North America, South America. It's probably not culture in a lot of these places. That is a very specific Chinese culture where this is what they have to do, or this is what they're expected to do. They are expected to get a career and have a good career, and then marry, and then have kids in that order. You post it into Facebook, you're going to get dragged. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to get dragged, which is good for the algorithm, but it's not going to go to the people you want it to go to. It'll go to a lot of people. So if you're looking to be a content creator, get dragged. But if you're looking to actually bring in students, that's where you don't necessarily just want to post to all the platforms and hope that somebody comes and finds you. So now you're coming and you're going into Xiaohongshu. You've got your Xiaohongshu account, which, by the way, is the easiest way to get students. It is so easy if you do the right things. I went through it in the Enroll and Grow program. So I'll talk about this in a little bit, but I have this program called Teacher Boss Society. It's like a low cost monthly subscription that you can come and join and leave whenever you want to. But we do weekly coaching, which now, thanks to Meaghan, is even better because we're actually doing topics on coaching. It always used to kind of be like a open mic, like, hey, what's going on in your business? Let's talk through it. But now we're doing the guided coaching, and then every month we have a challenge. And back in February was the first time that we opened the doors to the new rebranded Teacher Boss Society. And our first challenge in February was the Enroll and Grow program. And what I do is I walk you through everything that I'm talking about here. So you go through and you learn, how do you figure out who your niche is? How do you figure out where you're posting? Maybe you already know that. And then you figure out exactly what to post, when to post, how to post, like exactly, it lays out exactly what to do. We had one of the girls, let me see if I can remember the exact numbers. One of the girls started doing this, and within like 2 weeks, I think it was her first week, she had 10 students. Within 2 weeks, within a month, she was fully booked. I think that's what it was. So within her first week after doing the program, she had 10 new students. A month later, she's fully booked. And
that's not the only one. There's lots of teachers who are in Teacher Boss Society who come in with no students, right? And then they try the Enroll and Grow, and then they're like, oh, I've got 5, I've got 6, I've got 7 independent students. And they're making that transition from, the company to being in control of their own business and, doing what they need to do to make a higher rate per hour than what a company is ever going to pay you. So it's, and I know I have students, and then I'm like, I get some referrals and I don't. And I'm like, oh, I've got a few holes. And then I go back and I sort of use some of those strategies, and, okay, I've got some trials, I've got some students, and now and then I'm good again. So it's the type of thing where it doesn't just have to be if you're new. It can also be where, oh, I need to fill some holes because my referrals, I started with students that I had taught on a company platform, and I have stopped teaching on that platform. And now I've got these holes that I need to fill because I'm just not filling them. So how do I get and find new students? And then teachers are like, oh, I guess I need to figure out how marketing. But the challenges too, like that was February. The challenges are really good because they're all bite size, right? It's like, okay, let's do this month, right? And take sort of that one little step further to do something else. So,
and that was really exciting because we do coaching every week. So every week there's a live coaching, and every week like teachers will come in, and it's always been like, I started calling it like open mic night. Like the teachers come in, and it's like, okay, what's going on? All the teachers that want to talk get a chance to talk. And, this is my problem. I had a parent that wants to do this and I don't know how to do it, or I've been struggling with the content that I'm posting. It's not, generating things. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, and this is what's happening. And like whatever problem you have, and then we individually look at the problem. So it's really cool. Well, the last couple times of coaching, I'm like, all right, guys, what you got for him? Everybody's like, I'm fully booked. I'm just here to talk. I'm here to, I'm like, okay, I'm happy for you. This is like, that's a really exciting thing. But that's kind of why I think we had to start making the coaching sessions more topic oriented, because I mean it's everybody is doing so well that it's not like, hey, I don't have, I like the people that are coming to coaching, they're like, I'm good. I'm just here to, meet up with the group, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting. But yeah, so in that first enrollment, and I say everybody that starts, even if you're starting and you're going to be starting with like the picture perfect challenge that we just did, or you're going to be starting with the create a course that's coming up next week. Even if you're starting with one of those challenges, you should start with the Enroll and Grow challenge, because that's really going to set the foundation for your entire business. So you go in there, you do the Enroll and Grow, you know exactly what you're talking about, you know exactly who you're talking to, you know the exact content you're making. You can sit down in one day and you can batch out, a week's worth of content, a month's worth of content, whatever you want to do, and then just schedule it to post,
Yeah.
boom, and it's all scheduled, and you can focus the next, say you scheduled 2 weeks out, your next 2 weeks you can focus on bringing in those new students and having those conversations that convert. And then in another 2 weeks you can like make more content. Just schedule it out. Same thing with like the blogging challenge. Everything kind of adds up on each other, but you can learn these things and set them out in the future for your AI self to do. And I mean, it's not your AI self, but the computer to schedule it after it's done.
Yeah.
And makes your life way easier, so you can focus on enrolling those students. But yeah.
But it's all of those pieces, right? Like it's like getting students so that you can then focus on all those other things. If you've got students in your teaching, you can use a curriculum like Florentis Learning, and you don't have to worry about planning lessons. Then you can focus on building your business and take the time that you might have been investing doing something else into investing in your business and growing your business. So, you might say, okay, well, I need students. Great. Here's ways to get students. And then once you've got students, you've got the time and sort of the headspace to be able to think, okay, well, what else can I do?
Yeah, and you have to, that's why it like builds on each other, right? Like, I don't want you coming in here and being like, okay, I'm going to skip Enroll and Grow because I've already got students enrolled. I'm going to skip that one, and we're going to start working on, actually, let me come in. Maybe I can pop it up here. And I actually am in the process. I'm going to be switching it all over to school, I think. We started doing it on school. What do you think about school?
I put the app on my phone. I don't tend to check it probably as much, but it is nicely organized in terms of the dates coming up, and it's easy to
Yeah.
find the links. And so I think that's good. And I think that, maybe there'll be more conversation in school as people get
Yeah.
accustomed to it.
Yeah.
So
I think that it's really, oh, here we go. Hold on a second. No, that's not the one where did I go? Hold on. Hold on. Where did I just go? I was going to show you, but then I dragged it across my 27 million tabs and
So while
lost.
Jillian looks for a link, if people have questions about how to find students, they're like, or maybe success stories on finding students, drop your ideas in the comments and your questions, because certainly we can try and help with some of those questions while we're here today as well.
Okay. So I just want to give you an idea. I can just list these off here, but you've got like the Enroll and Grow challenge, trial and conversion. Highly recommend to stay here. Visual branding, website revamp, high converting freebie. So just to show you here. Okay. So you've got the Enroll and Grow challenge is going to help you enroll your first students. It's going to help you set your prices. It's going to help you build your business and get your first, like say 10 students, right? So 10 students is a good number to start with. Visual branding is going to help you pick your colors. It's going to help you pick your fonts. It's going to help you pick everything that's going to clearly identify content as being yours, whether it is on a website, on a reel, on something that you posted on Instagram. Your website revamp is going to help you create your online teacher website where people can find more details about you. The reason I don't put this isn't in first, like you don't want this before your Enroll and Grow, is because who cares about building a website? Let's just get your students in there, right? Like let's start making money. We can do all of this stuff and build the whole background, but you need to start making money or you're going to burn out doing all the stuff that's not making you any money. And I see a lot of teachers do this. They will come through here and they will attempt to build their entire business before they ever launch, do the Enroll and Grow and figure out like what you're going to be teaching, who you're going to be teaching, where you're going to be teaching, figure out those key things, those key ingredients for your teacher business here, and just launch. And then, now you've got your website built. Okay. So you go through here, the visual branding shows you how to build your website, what it's going to look like. Then you're going to come over to your high converting freebie. This is going to help you build an email list. You see how it's building? It's putting all these layers on here. After your email list, you're going to do an email sequence. So now your email sequence is going to actually show you, or it's actually going to a student enrolls in your class or enrolls in your freebie, and then they automatically will get sent these emails in a time interval that you have predetermined, and you don't have to do anything, that you are continuously communicating with them on a personal level. And it's not going to seem personal to you maybe, but it will to them. I promise you. Have you used the email sequence at all yet?
Yep. So anyone who's signed up for our free lessons, they get emails that I used with the email sequence. So the email
Have you
sequence.
gotten feedback on it?
No, I don't think anyone has given me feedback on it,
Okay.
but
I'll get replies being like, "Oh my goodness, this is exactly what I was talking about. Thank you so much for messaging me on the email sequences." And if you're on my email list, I'm sorry. I am thinking of you, but that wasn't written directly to you. You were part of an email sequence, and you're going to learn how to do that exact same thing for your potential students, where you're going to be speaking to them in email sequences. July's the Blog It teacher. Now you've got a blog that you can put on your website, that you can attach to your freebie, that you can bring back to a trial, right? And it's all visually branded. Picture Perfect challenge. You're going to be able to create your wonderful pictures of yourself that you can put on your website. Create a course. I apologize. This was pushed behind. But create a course. This was pushed behind because Picture Perfect was pushed behind a couple weeks, I think. So create a course is actually going to be coming up next week. And then you're going to be able to create your course, which can be a live course. This is actually going to be a 4-day challenge. So the first 3 days are teaching you how to create a live course. And then day 4 is going to be showing you how to turn that into like an evergreen course, like a course that you post, that they do it on their own time, right? So something that you can, much like if you're watching this YouTube video, it's live, but if you're watching it in the future, it becomes like an evergreen thing where, you're, oh, I forgot I got these on. I love Mac, but like the replays, right? I'm going to show you how to take your course and record it or use recordings to create content that you don't have to physically be there to teach, which is really cool because students can learn on their own time. This is really good for students that have really busy schedules and they don't have time to learn with you. And it's really good for you too, because it stops turning time into direct money, if that makes sense. Like it's not like hour for dollar kind of a thing. But you can see here, we've got a ton. I have content planned, and I'm not, I've got content planned for the next 2 years. So there is a new challenge every month, and every single month it's going to build on each other. So then you've got The next one will be the weekly email challenge. So like your email newsletter, and then reels, and then the USP revamp. So just kind of like going into the new year and making sure your business is where you need it to be and making the tweaks that you need to. Mapping your way to success, course market mastery, recurring membership challenge. So that's like your subscriptions. So you've got a ton of different things to continuously progress your business. And then you've got the support of all the other teachers there too. It's not just me. I'm not just going to come in and be like, hey, I'm the only expert here. We've got great teachers in there. Meaghan's one of them. We've got great teachers in the Teacher Boss Society who are there to help as well. So it's really fun. But yeah, that's I don't know how many people are watching right now live. Does it say?
Six live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's here? Does anybody have a question, or like we can use this as like the open mic part of it, right? So like, do you have anything that you've been wondering about starting a business? Do you have any questions about it? The first thing that you're going to need to do is figure out who your people are and what you need to help them, and then the tools that you're going to use. But
and even if you're teaching on a marketplace and just getting started, a lot of the tips also apply in terms of setting up your profile and then migrating from that marketplace into your own independent teaching business. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's something that I've done before. Actually, I think I've got one of the classes that I have in Teacher Boss Society that's like it's like a replay, basically. It actually shows all of that. So it shows like how to build your class for a marketplace, your profile picture, your keywords, the classes, the class descriptions, the teacher name, even all of that goes into how you're doing it. So I think I've done a video on here too about it on my YouTube channel. But yeah, it's I call that internal marketing, because you're marketing internally to, say you're working for OutSchool or VIP Kid or italki. You're marketing to the people that OutSchool or VIP Kid or italki has brought into here. External marketing is when you're taking it off of the platform and you're now marketing to your YouTube channel. You are marketing to your Xiaohongshu. You are marketing to your WeChat groups. You are marketing to Facebook. You never want to do external marketing with an internal marketing company. So if you're working for OutSchool, do not advertise your OutSchool classes for them. If you are working for italki, do not advertise your italki classes. If you're bringing in students for one of those companies, you might as well keep the cut that they're going to plan on keeping from you.
And if people are struggling with that, they're like, well, I don't know how to do the payment. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. Right. Then there's lots of support for that too, in terms of those, what do you need to actually take that and go independent? And that's all. I think you have some videos on your YouTube, but that's also part of the Teacher Boss Society. So if you're like, okay, I want to do some marketing and I want to try and move some of these students, or get new students. And so you can literally start with no students and fill your schedule. It's not.
Hold on really quick. Hello? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Is this from the school? Oh, oh, okay. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll talk later then. All right. Thank you. This number kept calling me, and it was from Easter. Like it was from like the school, right? And I'm like,
Okay.
I'm gonna answer this. She's like, oh no, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to call you back to back. I was just trying to correct something that I left on your voicemail. My voicemail box is empty? I have room in there? Okay, that's a win for me. I apologize for that, but when the school calls back to back like that, you answer.
So for the people who are watching, because we do have a number of people, so what are you doing to market? How many students how have you gotten students? Share your ideas. What questions do you have? Well, we've got Jillian here held captive. able to answer the questions. I know with sort of anything, it can sort of feel like you're putting stuff out there and, nothing is happening. And so certainly knowing how to sort of interact with the content and interact with your audience. Do you have any tips for that for people who are like, okay, I've just put a whole bunch of stuff out and no one ever answers me?
Well, the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure it feels like a conversation, especially when you're first putting your first stuff out. Decide how you're going to be doing it. Are you going to be doing it like entertaining? Like those are really fun to watch, but that's a lot of brain power for me to have to come up with entertaining things. So I don't do it. But are you going to be doing it entertaining? Like you ever seen that the video maker, the content creator, and he was like the first guy to ever own a cat. Oh, I got this thing. He's going to move in with me. Like he does that first guy to ever video series. Like, are you going to be doing something that's entertaining like that to watch? Are you going to be doing something where you're going to be teaching things? Like take a step back afterwards. Whatever you decide you're going to do, take a step back and watch it yourself and be critical of yourself. I'm not saying be hypercritical. You were like, oh, I can't do anything right. But like, do you want to watch this? Do you want to click off? Because if it's really slow and really dry and really boring, that then you just need to take a pivot, right? So a lot of teachers they'll put things out there that they think are going to be good. You want something that it's going to spark a conversation. It's going to, spark something. Like I had a, I'm trying to think of some of mine that took off. I had a thing about learning from books, I think. And like, that was one of them. Another one that I did was talking about making mistakes, that I want to hear you make mistakes. Another one that I did was talking about parents coming in, choosing curriculum, and how go find a different teacher if that's you, because I actually got a lot of students from that, by telling them to find a different teacher, because I'm not going to let them choose the curriculum. I didn't say it like that, but that was the gist of it in a very nice way. I did things on like the best study tips, or how to teach your kids how to blah blah blah. These are things that people are going to want to watch, and they're going to want to engage with. And engagement is also important, because if you can get them commenting, it's going to show your content to more people. So you ever notice you watch a YouTube video, whether it's from me, whether it's from Meaghan, whether it's from Joe Smo in Idaho, right? And it's going to be like, okay, we're talking about how to build a house out of pallets, okay? And in the middle of the instruction, he's going to be like, what's the coolest thing that you've ever made from pallets? Let me know in the comments, right? I want to hear what you've got. Like, what's the coolest thing that you have ever made from pallets? And then all of a sudden you've got people in the comments and they're like, I made a birdhouse one time. Or I remember when I was a kid, my dad made this really cool clubhouse out of pallets and old pipes, right? Or like the comments are going to start other people including themselves in the storytelling. So you kind of want to make sure that you have some element of, hey, leave a comment. Hey, have a conversation with me. Let's discuss. Especially in your first post where people don't know you and you're trying to get yourself out there, because that's going to tell Xiaohongshu, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're posting. It's going to show them, hey, people like this stuff. They're engaging. Let me show it to more people like that.
Great. All right. So I know we still have quite a few people watching, but no one seems to want to add a comment at the moment.
That's because they're all waiting to come in and talk to us privately in Teacher Boss Society.
Exactly. So if you are wondering about Teacher Boss Society, here is the link. It is in the chat and it's also in the description for the video. If you are wondering about Florentis Learning. There's lots of videos on this channel, but feel free to reach out directly as well. I answer all of the messages. And if you are watching the replay and you have questions for Jillian or you have questions for me, you can still put them in the chat. We will answer you. And hopefully we will see a few new people. I am part of Teacher Boss Society and certainly have taken lots of things from the coaching and people will, and the challenges. And so it's sort of a nice motivation. It's like, okay, this month, and I messaged Jillian the other day and I'm like, you have to set the dates for the Create a Course because I want to get a writing course out for teachers. So, there's lots of things that you can take from it, but it's very much broken down into little bite-sized pieces. If you are looking for students, the Enroll and Grow is a great way to do that. And as I said, for me, it's something that I come back to and I sort of look at again and I'm like, oh, okay, I could do this or I could do that. And it allows you to sort of continuously tweak and adjust.
So, and that's Meaghan, I will push you out of your comfort zone.
Yes, if you thought you weren't going to go live on YouTube ever.
No, I mean, even Florentis Learning, I think, was something that we were sitting on, and it was like, oh, it's time there, girl, do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's been lots of conversations, and there's lots of other teachers there who have been in your shoes and are moving through the process, and people are at different places in their business. And so there's an opportunity to learn from everyone. So
yeah, it's great. We've got a couple of different creators that create curriculum, right? Mm-hmm. We've got people that teach everything from music. We've got a music teacher in there. We've got we have a religion teacher in there, but I don't think he comes anymore. I don't think he's been there for a while. We have a science teacher in there, ESL teachers. We've got writing teachers. We've got phonics teachers. So it's really cool because a lot of the things, and then we even started talking about doing live events. So some of our teachers started doing live events this summer where they're enrolling local people for their virtual lessons, but they're also doing in-person lessons too, which is really cool. And I kind of took a lot. I don't personally do live lessons or live. My business for this is completely virtual, but I do have another business that a lot of times you can learn things from other businesses too. And I have another business where I do live things. So it's like, hey, like, I know what works because I did this here with this. Here's a cool bracelet. Yes, I'm talking about a bracelet, but yeah, it's a bracelet where you scan your contact info. But yeah, I hope to see.
And there's been teachers do things like with newcomer associations for ESL and with children's events and with community festivals and parades and library events. And the teachers have, had lots of success with Xiaohong Shu. They've built Facebook groups. They've built websites and email lists. So lots
of companies. We have one teacher that teaches English, and she teaches English to students who are moving from South America to Canada, and she teaches English lessons. I don't know if you've seen her in a while. You probably remember her, and she hasn't been there in a while, but she opened up her own business to where she has French tutors hired that teach French to these students, because a lot of these students were wanting to learn French as well, depending on where they're moving in Canada. So, I mean, we have like teachers that have other teachers hired under them too that are working for things. It's really cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Excellent. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and thank you very much, Jillian, for coming.
Thank you.
This has been our double header day. So if you missed the first live, jump over to Jillian's channel and check out the replay about the new advanced speaking lessons from Florentis Learning. If you haven't seen the advanced speaking lessons yet, it's an opportunity for a sneak peek. And otherwise, jump over to our website at florentislearning.ca and sign up for the free sample pack or grab the complete curriculum. It's currently still only $10 a month. However, that price is going to go away soon. So you'll want to grab that while it is still low. And you can also just grab advanced speaking if you want, or the speaking curriculum in general. So lots of options there. Hopefully we will see everyone in Teacher Boss Society, and everyone will check out the Enroll and Grow and bring their questions. And that's all. So thanks, everyone.
For having me. All right. Bye, guys.